Okay, so this demonstration is going to be how to set up for printing. The first step to setting up is to getting your vellum and aligning your screen to the board, because remember, you're going to put your shirts on the board. So if you don't align your design to the middle of this board, you load your shirt up in the middle, but if your design's not in the middle, it can print on the edge of your shirt. So you need to line it up. That's why we have these registration marks. So you're going to use a T-square ruler, and this board total is 14 inches, so you're going to line, that has a ledge right here, so you just put it on the ledge like that, and you're going to align the top and bottom registration marks at 7 inches. It can be a pain in the butt because the boards get sticky. If your board is too sticky, try not to move that. If your board is too sticky and you can't get it aligned because of how sticky it is, sorry, I'm looking for masking tape. You can use this ink thinner, and it takes that adhesive that's stuck to the board right off, so it won't be sticky anymore. It's very helpful. Sometimes too, if it's too dirty or sticky and that adhesive has got some fuzzies from the shirt before on it, that can really mess your print up. Okay, so I've got this aligned on my board, and now I'm ready to match it up here. This is a dirty screen. We've already printed on it before, so we're just reprinting. And I basically am looking through the mesh to line it up, and I can tell right now that my board is too far up, and I'm not going to get it aligned without moving my board up. So these switches down here, you can, it sticks a little bit because of all the adhesive. Okay, right, there we go. And then make sure that you tighten it back, because that'll really mess your print up if that's not tight. And then we're going to align the screen. I'm basically looking to see that all edges are lined up. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm gonna clamp it down. I don't even use the side clamps. You don't even need the side clamps. Actually, some presses don't even have side clamps. Sometimes you just clamp it right in the middle. So don't even worry about these ones, because they just get stuck because people do them too tight. Now these ones up here, you don't need to completely twist to where it's so tight you can't move it anymore. It'll stay in place. There's no need to do that. That's how these get broken off, because somebody twisted that too hard and it actually broke the clamp off. So that's good enough. It's not going to move. I can take my vellum off. I'm done with that for now. My next step to setting up this press, and you can actually do this a day before you print if you want. You can even put the ink on your screen. If you're doing plastisol ink, if you're doing a water-based ink, you cannot set up prior, ahead of time. You can tape it, but you cannot put your ink on ahead of time. So the next step is going to be to tape off your screen. The blue side of I always use the blue tape. You can use the red tape, it's just thinner. If you have a smaller part of the mesh, that's fine. To use the red tape. That's Snacks, by the way. But anyway, the blue part of the tape touches the metal. You want to make sure that your tape is completely smooth. If it's not smooth, and you have like a little bit of a bubble in your tape, that ink is just going to go through it. Now the goal in taping this off is to get rid of all of the mesh. Your stencil is mesh, and ink goes through it to create your design. This is also mesh. Ink will go through it, but it's not part of your design, so you need to tape it off. Because you don't want to line, and you can see that in some examples that I have of mess ups. You don't want to line all the way down the side of your shirt, and it has happened. So the goal with the tape is to completely get rid of all mesh on the edge. Another thing that I'll tape off in just a second is the registration mark. So since you put a registration mark on your design to line it up, it's black, it can burn through because it's opaque enough. It might show up in your stencil. It may have burned through. So that's also mesh, and you need to tape that off if it did burn through. So I'm gonna use masking tape and check out my registration marks. Even if you're worried about it and think you're not sure it may have burned through, you don't know, I would go ahead and tape it off. Make sure there's no ink on your tape. I would go ahead and tape off the registration marks anyway, because you really don't want that showing up on your shirt. You can, now this is from underneath, because if you tape it off on top, your squeegee is just gonna rip it out. But you can also tape off some larger pinholes from the bottom, and that works just as well. So the last step to setting up is picking out your squeegee and putting your ink on your screen. So Dildine wants white ink. Ignore this. That's Miss Elliott's for later. That will not be there when you guys do this. Dildine wants white ink, and I personally like the green squeegees. They work better for me. And I like the shorter ones, and it fits his design perfectly, so that's what we're going to use. Okay. You are going to get ink on you at this point, so roll your sleeves up. Make sure you don't have any loose clothes on. You don't want to get ink on you. If you want to wear gloves, that's fine, but just remember that gloves get ink on them as well. So if I had gloves on, there'd be ink on the gloves, and if I went to get a shirt, there's still ink on the gloves that's going to get on the shirt. So I always tell kids to make sure that you have someone else pulling for you. Otherwise, you just have to keep cleaning your hands. So put enough ink on there. Like if you have a large job, you're probably going to need more ink, but it really doesn't take that much. And I kind of spread it like icing. I pull up, and right now I would not take this out of this because that large chunk could have spilled. So twist those kind of like spaghetti, and then spread it on like icing onto the bottom of your screen. And also notice that I did not put any on my design. If I would have smushed that into my design, sorry, Knox is, okay. If I would have squished that into my design, ink would be falling out of the bottom of my design. And then your first print's gonna be newsprint, but I'm all set up, ready to go. I'm ready to print. Look at